Hi, I'm Dave from Owls Unlimited, and before we start the actual video, I want to tell you about us. We are a team of 6 players from a region called OWL, O-W-L, that's the logo. We have 5 stores in our region within 20 to 45 minute driving distance. We are really fortunate about that. We play sealed, draft, Twin Suns, homebrew decks and competitive decks. We wanted to support the communities in the region and supply tournament dates and tips on how to play the game. We also hoped the content would be relevant outside the region. That's why we're doing these videos. One of our first series in the German edition was the series What Is It About? Our series What Is It About gives a short description of a deck concept. It has basic strategy tips, but there is no full deck tech video. There will be no explanation of every single card. We want to give you a brief overview of the concept. We're starting off with Han Yellow, one of the leaders that shows up in many tournaments. So why is that? He can always be one turn ahead. His ability allows him to put down a card as a resource, and therefore he can always play one turn earlier than you can. For example, he can play a Falcon in turn 1 and trade your space unit. He loses on-hand cards to do it, so you have to watch out for that. He plays a 30 hit points base for protection against aggro decks. He can be deployed on 5 resources, also his cost is 6, but since he can put down a resource on the 5 resource turn, he can deploy and then put down an extra resource, so he can go up to 7 resources in the 5 resource turn and make devastating plays for your opponent. This is a deck list that showed up in one of the tournaments, and we don't want to go into the deck list as we said. We want to show you the basic concept and put it into categories that we can talk about. We won't discuss every single card, so just take this as one of the deck lists, but there are plenty of variations. With tech, the Han player can smuggle out the DJ for 5 resources instead of the normal 7 and take your resources and put you at a disadvantage. And Han solo is the only leader that can destroy this resource that he took from you when he puts down one from his hand, because you don't have to destroy the same resource that you put down. So watch out for this. Tech and DJ aren't the only cards that can be smuggled. There are some other cards that he can smuggle and offset his card disadvantage that he gets through using his leader ability by playing cards from the resource row so that you don't have to have them in hand. He uses other cards to gain card advantage as well and offset his leader ability through discarding opponent's cards or filtering his own cards to get to what he wants. He can also use Ezra to play cards off his deck and use Cunning to discard further cards from the opponent. A lot of the units that Han uses have Ambush. Ambush enables advantageous unit traits, especially with Plo Koon and Han Solo unit, because they have high health points, and Han Solo even has a shoot first built-in. Besides Ambush, there are a lot of other cards that trade advantageous or bounce opponent's cards and gives Han tempo advantages. If he bounces your cards, you can't attack his units, he can put damage through and will kill you really fast if you don't watch out. So how do you play against it? You will need a direct or indirect answer for Tech and DJ. Direct means you have to take out one of the units so you get your resource back or don't even get it stolen. Or you can use indirect answers like Bazine or Spark of Rebellion to discard cards from their hand, or even use Kira to make DJ unplayable in that turn that Hans wants to play him. You can also try to punish Han Solo for the use of his leader ability by discarding the remaining cards in his hand or putting his expensive plays that he used a card from hand to put down as a resource and then play it to just bounce it back to their hand and nullify their turn. We wish you best of luck in your next tournament. If you happen to play against Han Yellow, we hope this video will help you understand him better. See you next time.